Hi guys, it's Sarah from isweariamstitching. Today is September 6th, 2024, and this is episode 107. This is my second try. Hopefully it records. This is where we talk about Flosstube. It's where we talk about cross stitch. I talk about cross stitch. I also do other crafts. You actually will see one. I did a baby quilt. Well, quilt top. Like I'm zooming through my introduction now because I already did it once. Oh, that's headache inducing. So thanks for coming. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for coming back. My hair's all over the place. If you see me constantly picking, it's because I have hairs just fleeing my head. Okay. So first, I have an FFO. I don't remember the fabric. I think it's Picture This Plus. It's Sewing Dreams from Barbara Anna Designs. And I saw Amber from Rogue Mama Stitcher finish her project in a hoop not long ago with wrapped ribbon, and I was like, yes, I want to do that. I have a hoop. I have literally one hoop and a project that I just finished that I know will fit in it. And I knew that I had some pretty yellow ribbon that would match the yellow in that. And I think it matches perfectly. I had to wrap it twice because I wrapped it too tight the first time and ran out about an inch and a half. So I had to unwrap it, which was a bit of a pain in the ass, and then rewrap it. But there it is, and just finished with some felt in the back. I think it's perfect and I love it, and I'm definitely going to buy some more hoops and do this again sometime when I ever get around to finishing anything else. Because if you've been around for any amount of time, you'll know I'm awful at FFOing. Isn't she cute? I love her. And then I had one finish. Sorry, everything's all out of order now because I had to restack it. This is Plum Street Samplers Polar Pack. I finished it. I used all the called for except for I didn't use the overdyed white or mascara or black. Because why? Why bother? White is white. I hate overdyed whites. I did use the Classic Colorworks Licorice Red because it's one of my favorite reds. And it is on 32 count Lugana in Aquarius from Bestitch Me, and it's just 1/1 because it's a tight 32 count. But I probably could have squeezed 2/1 for the polar bears and made the pop more if they're white, but I think they're fine. I think they're beautiful. I think they're adorable, and I love them. And the only thing I did different was I didn't put the bee, let me know where it goes, up top somewhere, because I don't like the little bees and they have patterns. I'm not a bee person. Look how cute. Very happy with it. I will turn it into a little pillow for my overstuffed Doble, which the cat that I share with the neighbors is currently sleeping in because she thinks that that Doble full of pillows, oh, she has her paw over her face, is her cat bed apparently now. And I'm tired of fighting her, so I guess those pillows are being put to use. Wish you guys could see her. She looks really cute. All right, and then some, I have one, I'll do it now, part of the FOs, a quilt top. It is Layer Cake Loop Quilt from Fat Quarter Shop. I got these pretty fabrics from Amber from Rogue Mama Stitcher. And I was like, yes, I want to use those in a baby quilt. I only had 4 squares. I was like, well, that's the problem. So, and I believe she got this fabric from Temu. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna be able to find this fabric on like Fat Quarter Shop or Missouri Star Quilt. So just on a whim, I went to Amazon and literally just looked up baby girl quilt fabric, something real generic. And literally it was like the second listing was this fabric line. Like 6 fat quarters, and it was like this and this and this and this and a pink polka dot that I didn't use because I didn't want a lot of polka dots in it. And then I supplemented with this and this green, and some solids. Like solid pink, solid blues. I definitely wanted the green in there, so I'm glad I found like literally the only light green I had in my stash. But quilt top is done. It's for my son's best friend's sister. She's having a baby in January and her baby shower is in November. So since it's a nice small quilt top, I will quilt it myself. And like I said, the baby shower is in November, so I got time. Look how pretty it is. So bright. So fun. It's so easy. Like I literally did it in like 2 days because it's so small. It's so simple. I spent time organizing how I want them laid out, and still, when it was sewn together, I was like, oh, there's 2 blocks I should have switched. Because these two come together and look like a really big block. And then, where's the other part? Well, you know what? Maybe it's not so bad. Oh, yeah. This part over here has a lot of this pink fabric. So there's like, I literally could have taken one of those blocks and switched it with that other block and whatever. It's a baby quilt. It's not heirloom. It's gonna get used. It's gonna get drooled on and peed on and grass and all that fun stuff. So at least I hope so. It's a quilt. I want them to use it. Those are my only FFOs. Ow, my hand. Whew, sorry. I feel like I'm zooming through it because I'm afraid it's gonna stop recording again. I'm still doing Dash Go for Fandom Stitching, and so this got called twice, which was good because it is 20 count Aida, black Aida. And the first day, my eyes couldn't do it. I only did about 115 stitches. The second day I did over 500. So some days the eyes are good and some days they're not. But it's from Una Buena Pieza. Oh, my debit card. Una Buena Pieza. Anyways, so there it is. Just using the called for DMCs on 20 count black Aida. Sorry, spying on my neighbors. Super cute. If it wasn't on black Aida, I could have got so much more done that first day. This is not a very big piece. But I'm happy that it got called a second day and that I found my groove. It did help that I found a show to watch. I'm a Trek fan. Original Star Trek's my jam. About like all of Star Trek. And I had not watched Prodigy on Netflix yet. And probably because it's like a Nickelodeon show, and I was like, eh. It's not because it's animated, because I love Lower Decks. And I love the 70s or 80s Star Trek original animated series. I think it's because it's Nickelodeon. I thought it was basically going to be like a kiddie show with a little bit of Star Trek thrown in. It's got a lot of Star Trek lore in it. It's got Janeway from Voyager. You guys got Chakotay. Yeah, I loved it. There's only 2 seasons. I really hope there's a third. I loved it so much. Okay, and then for Fandom Stitching for September, they're doing, your options are Sal September or Sampler September. Oh my god. Everything fell out. So I opted for Sal September since I'm working on the Cryptid and the Supernatural Sals from Witchy Stitcher. I just picked Supernatural to be the focus for the month since I'll be like, I do a creature month anyways. So then in the rest of the month I work on borders. So this will be the one where I do a creature. I'm doing the ogre. And then I work on its border for fandom. I'm using the called for DMC, except I'm using Anchor Black. And it's 2/2 on 32 count linen after the harvest from Bestitch Me. So I started the ogre block. I'm using Anchor on this one because I had it and because I wanted to see if I could really tell the difference between Anchor and 310, and I can't. So I'll stick with my 310. I mean, I used it because I had it, and then of course I have to keep buying more because these patterns are like 85% black. See what else that I work on. Everything's all over the place now. So, I stole the idea from Janet Jabber. She was doing fancy ladies for seasonal fancy ladies. And I was like, well, I've got that. I've got kitted up ladies, pretty ladies, fancy ladies that I want to get done. So I will copy her and do them seasonally. And so for summer, I picked the Mermaid of Salem Bay from the Primitive Hair. And I'm using all the called for threads and the beads and the linen, which is 30 count Pirates linen from Primitive Hair. Is there anything I did differently? I don't think so. I'm not doing the words, the Mermaid of Salem Bay. Now, I don't like this fabric. I don't like stitching on the fabric. It's super bit, it's just, I know it's 30 count, but it's super, super loose. And I swear it said to use 1 strand over 2. I can't remember now. And I was like, that's not happening. So I used 2 over 2, and that meant that I ran out of thread. And so I had to order more thread. And then those threads came, and I used them up. And then I ran out of the hair thread, and I've run out of the tail thread, and I can only find the tail thread on Etsy, so I have to like ordering it. And then when I ran out of the blue for the hair, I was like, well, I could order it, but she gets put away in 2 weeks, so I'm not going to. So I finished everything else that I could. So she's almost done, except for she's so close. I just have to fill that in. I could have had her done for the summer. And she's not as moody as in the pictures, but I do love her. I do think she is beautiful. And I am very happy with her. I just wish I could finish her. And I ran out of, well, everything. But when I ran out of this color, I think it's called Blueberry, the skein I got, I ran out somewhere up here. And the new skein I got had much more purple. See how that's so much more purpley than that? And I was like, damn, I really wish this purple was in her tail. But I am glad that it happened the way it did, because it just looks like her hair has more purple in it. It's almost perfect the way the first skein's all in here, and the second skein for the outline of the hair is purple. So it worked out really well. Oh, she's so pretty. I wish I could get her done. But I'm not wearing that thread. It will have to wait. And I'm not starting my, I'm not picking up my fall Liddy till fall actually starts. So I'll do something else on the days I'm supposed to work on her. Oh, mark myself with the bag. And then I worked a little bit on my dino from Force embroidery, because I had to work on something that had like something strong in it. I'm like, well, dinosaurs are strong, but I just needed like a little bit more than 100 stitches. So I just worked on that little thing there, that little plant. I love working on this. It's just on what, 32 count, 2 over 2 with the called for threads, and the fabric is cut small, so more for me to be able to get my Q-snap comfortably. I have sewn on fabric on 3 of the 4 sides. But yeah, so I worked on just that little doodad under that cute little dinosaur. He might be my favorite. The little guy in the egg. He might be my favorite. There we are so far. I love this piece so much. I was debating not doing the border, but I think I need the border. I'm gonna do the border. Oh, borders are so boring. But yeah, I'll do the border. It'll be the last thing I do. I probably shouldn't do that, because I'll really, really hate doing it then. But I just want to work on the dinos. I'm saving that big boy for last. I want to do him last. Maybe I should do everything and then switch between big boy and the border. It's a thought. Think about it. And then I worked on Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow, which is actually what got called for Dash Go today. I'm sorry, did I wake you up? Big kitty stretch. That guy was. I worked on Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow, Who does that? Kids at Carriage House Samplings? I think I know by now. There it is. I'm currently working on that blog right there with the trees. I did jump down here and finish that little alligator crocodile thing for a prompt from Dashco, but I'm not taking it out of the QSnap because I'm working on it consistently. And like I said, it just got called today, so to work on today and tomorrow. So I'm not QSnapping it. But this is on 18 count unnamed Ada from Stitch Me from Friday Night Fright Night, like years ago, in a gray. Hairs everywhere. Just doing 1/1. I love how it's turning out. I love it so much. I love it. Look at that. Look at the mermaid down there. Halloween's my favorite. And unlike Black and Skies greens, which annoy me, these greens don't, because even though this square is mainly greens and browns, there's like little bits of like a little bit of a tealy blue, tiny bit of, like not in this one, but there's like yellow in some of them and orange, and it's like it helps break up all that green and brown. I love it so much. I love Halloween Hawthorne Hollow. Such a good piece. I'll leave that over there because I have to stitch on it. And then I worked on my cryptid. I don't think I got a creature done, did I? From Butch Stitcher. That one I have a cover photo of. What did I finish on this since last time I showed you it? I feel like I showed you it last time. It's on 32 count Lugana from Stitch Me in chocolate, pink chocolate. What the heck? Is it just that little tiny bit of black? Is that all I did? Is that even worth showing you? Well, for this month, I'm working on the Hopkins Goblin, apparently. I had forgotten that. So I started his square right in there. So that's how it looks so far. I should have picked this one for my focus, for my September Sal, because it has the least border done on it. Oh well. If I get a lot of border done on the other one during the month, then I can focus on this border whenever I have to focus on border. Yeah, so coming along nicely. Creature a month. It definitely won't be done this year because again, there's more. How many creatures are there? 4, 8, 12, 16, yeah. So, and then plus the border. So what, like halfway through next year, I'll get done with these. Not bad. And then I worked on my whale. Oh, I love this one so much. I hate the fabric, but I love the project. This is from Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher Magazine, Summer 2022. It was a punch needle pattern that I loved so much and wished had been cross-stitched. So Kaylee from Kaylee 10 Stitch of the Sewing Shop Inc. With permission from the designer, let her rechart it into a cross stitch for me, and I love it so much. It's Star Spangled Shoal by Michelle Palmer, and using in some shitty 32 count linen from Fangirl Fibers, but it's full coverage, so I wanted to use it. I had it. I wasn't gonna use it for anything else. 2/2. It's got DMC. It's got plain DMC, it's got the variegated DMC, and then the whale is overdyed gray brownie blue from Kaylee. Look at his little face. I've gotten so much done on him from like a month ago. I hate this fabric. Look at it can stand up. Oh, there we go. Finally fell. It's getting softer because I've been using it a lot, but it's such a bad fabric. Such a bad fabric. But anyways, like I said, it's full coverage, so use it up. Oh, I love whales. I love him and his big old face and his little fin. And I love that red. That is like one of the. It's like 22, I think. I love that red. So yeah, I love that. I don't, when I'm not drawn to it, but I'm glad when it's called for things or it fits into a prompt, because once I get going on it, I really enjoy it. It's just that fabric, man. Let's see. Oh, one last thing. A Halloween Quaker. That was, did not get much done on it because it was just like a little prompt for, actually no, it did get a chunk done on it. It wasn't a little prompt, it was for Dashco. So it's from Halloween Quaker from Leela Studio. And my goal was in the 2 days to get the switch and moon done. I had, before I started, I think I had part of this moon and part of the broom, like the very, like that much done. And I did it. I got the moon and the witch done. And this is on some sort of fabric. Fuck. It's Stitch Me. It's 2/2, and I'm actually using all the called for threads, which I don't do very often. But I had almost all of them in my stash, and of course I've had to order more because I'm doing 2/2 and did not have a lot of some of the colors. Okay, so I don't know what fabric this is. Haunted? No, that's not. That's Fisher's Plus. What fabric is this? Usually, oh my gosh. Usually I have it written down. Aha! It is Paranormal 36 count linen, but this is a big 36 count, so I'm doing 2/2. I mean, I probably could have squeezed 1/1 because sometimes it does feel a little dense, but I kind of really like how solid it looks. Because, you know, sometimes on 36 count, like it can look sparse. But anyways, I'm glad I did 2/2 because that witch is nice and full. So I finished the witch and the broom and the moon. That was my goal, and I did it. I think this is Sassy Brass. I love Sassy Brass. But here's how it is so far. This one is going to take me forever. Mainly because I'm going to have to keep ordering threads because I'm doing 2/2. And that's just a thread eater. And I don't want to keep buying fancy threads. So that's how I am. That's why I don't use fancy threads very often. So it feels like I use them more than I used to. For sure. Oh, I love that little pumpkin down there. It's so cute. The only part of this pattern I don't like, I mean, I'll do it anyways because it's on there, is I'm not a big fan of the little town. I'm not big on houses. And I'm not a big fan of the polka dot socks. So I'll probably change that sock to match that sock. So it'll be 2 stripy socks. I'm just not a big fan of the polka dot sock. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not big on houses. It's cute. Maybe if this is like 1 or 2 houses. And then like another Quaker, like another motif. Just like there's so much room taken up with houses. And I could always just like take out these houses and plug in a motif. But I don't want to design a motif, and I don't want to copy another one onto there because there's not duplicate motifs. Yeah. Cut that one out because that's got the moon. Cut that out and put like another cat. Like cat facing. I'm not going to. Who am I kidding? I'm not going to change anything. That's not who I am. I'm just going to be like. I mean, I think they're cute. I like how it looks. I don't like I don't like stitching them. Now, I do like how it looks. I just do wish there was less housage. Housage? That's not a word. So again, I'll show you again because I feel like I showed you the pattern more than I showed you my stitching. Look how pretty those motifs are. And I love the way this one kind of blends in with this section of the fabric. Like, I'm not sure, this color will be probably used over here somewhere, or probably pop more because it's more in that blue. But I just like the way it, like some of these are real stark, like the witch is real stark. And then this one's kind of subtle. I love this fabric and I love this project. And that's it. That's all my stitching for you guys. That's all I have. I have no haul. I got that fabric from Amazon to finish the quilt. I already showed you that. And that's it. That's literally all I ordered. And then let's see. Life, Labor Day weekend. My husband had Monday off, which he almost never gets off. I say that, but oddly enough, something happened at work. He's a coal miner. And something happened underground and they had to stop production for a little bit. And anyways, it doesn't affect him too much, but somehow he managed to have like 3 Mondays off in a row. So he's gonna be off this Monday again too. But because he had Monday off, so for Labor Day we took our kids, because our college kid decided she wanted to come home for the long Labor Day weekend. So I went and I got her Friday. My son took her back Monday, thank God. And so since they were both home, since we were all home, my husband didn't have to go to bed early to get up super early on Monday. He decided that he wanted to take us all on a bike trail in Athens, Ohio. It's where Ohio University is, and he wanted to show the kids our old stomping grounds. When I met my husband in 1999, it was online. I worked at a pizza parlor. Shout out to Shakey's. Best pizza ever, you guys. I worked at a pizza parlor in Southern California, and he was going to school he's from Ohio. He was going to school in Athens. So it made sense for me to move in with him, college student, then meet him to drop out of college and move in with a girl who worked at pizza parlor. So we lived there for 2 years before we moved back to this area of Ohio, and my husband got a job in the coal mine. So we took our kids there. We did the bike ride. That was nice. It was fun because as we were riding it, it starts outside of Athens, and as I got close to Athens, I yelled for my husband. I said, "Hey, is this the path that goes by our old apartment? Like the one I moved in with you, where you were living when I moved in with you?" And he was like, "Shit, I think it is." So we kept riding and riding, and sure enough, there was our apartment was like here, and then I'd walk across this field, and I'd see a path over here, and walk across the field, and through a parking lot, and I'd go to work at Rax. Shout out to Rax! I wish there were more. They're so much better than Arby's. If you've never had a BBC, find you a Rax and have a BBC. There's like only 3 in the country, like in Lancaster, Ohio, near Dayton, Ohio, and I swear to God there's one in Kentucky. I don't know. It's so sad because they're so good. But anyways, so our son was riding with, we only have 3 bikes. So our daughter was walking the trail, not all of it. It was like, we biked like 13, 14 miles, so she obviously did not go the whole way. So we waved our son down, and we pointed out where we lived and where we walked, and so on and so forth. And then the bike trail, he had to use the restroom, so it went off, and there was a KFC, and I was like, oh my God, that KFC is still there. That is a KFC. When I moved in with my husband, like I moved in with him like a week after his birthday, and I had my last paycheck from my job. So when I got there, I said, I'm taking you out to eat. Where do you want to eat? And we didn't have a car. He's like, well, KFC. And I was like, no, KFC. I hate KFC. I hate chicken with bones in it. I was like, but it's your birthday. So we walked to KFC, and I bought him a bucket of chicken. And that was his birthday meal. And then we showed them, we lived there for 2 years, and in that time we lived in 2 apartments and 1 house. Granted, we only lived in the house for 3 months before we moved back to this area. But we showed him that. We showed him some of the places where my husband had classes, where his best friend lived, where we worked. The places just exploded since we lived there. Just so much more there than when we lived there. Just wow. But it is amazing how quickly, we have not been there since, as a couple, we've not been back to Athens since 2002. My husband remembers for some reason the year. I was last there for training for the BMV like 5 years ago, but literally we just got off the highway drove like 3 minutes, turned into the place where they trained us, got back on the highway and left. I didn't really get to see much of Athens. And I wasn't driving, my boss was driving. So it was amazing just how quickly, having not driven those streets in 20-something years, how quickly I remembered how to get from point A to point B. And I did forget which were one-way roads a couple times. I didn't go down them, but I was like, oh shit, that's a one-way road. I forgot about that. So that was fun. And it was a really pretty fun bike ride. And my husband and my son both agreed they'd like to do it again. It's a 2-hour car ride, you guys. 2-hour car ride. And my husband's off again this Monday, so he wants to take, he's thinking of us going down to Newark, which is near Columbus, for a bike path. That's only a little over an hour, I think, a drive. So, like, not nearly as long. But it feels like forever when you drive to Columbus. That's it. I think that's all I've got for you guys. Not much going on here. Oh, come here, cat. Do you want to say hi? You're on my pillows. Maybe I'll just lift you up and I'll show you guys the cat in the dough bowl. Look at this thing. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous, this cat. Messing all my... You're not even using one of the pillows as a pillow. Look how cute she is, though. Look, she just kicked all my... Whoa! I almost dropped you out. I'll put you down. There you go. Okay, that for real is all I have for you guys. So, thanks for coming. I hope you come back. I should be back next week. There's nothing going on. Look at all the fur on my pillows. Cat. Oh my gosh. It's funny, it's not really sticking to the front of the cross stitch. It's just sticking to the back. It's like more on the backs. Isn't that funny? Aren't you a funny kitty? Oh my god, there's like cats. Let me swear. Okay, plans. I don't have any. We'll see if I do that, finish that baby clip. I don't have to have it finished till November, so I'm probably not gonna. Who am I kidding? I'm not gonna. Dash Go's almost over. I think it ends on the 9th. So I think Halloween, Hawker & Hollow is today, 6, 7, and then they're gonna call one more, and then Dash goes over, and then I focus on fandom Supernatural for fandom stitching, and then I do my witchy creatures for the month. And then it's working on what the hell I want to work on, I guess. Yeah. That's it for me. I'm going to stop babbling. Thanks for stopping by, you guys. I do hope you come back. If you're like me and in a place where summer is ending, I hope you enjoy the last bit of summer. And I hope you really enjoy the start of a nice, cool fall, because I'm so looking forward to it. On a side, too much information note, I think I might be starting menopause, because I'm having like hot flashes, and I'm like not enjoying that, but I'm also like super excited. I'm like, is it coming finally? Am I done? Am I gonna hit menopause? I don't know who's ever been excited about menopause, but I am. So fingers crossed, that's what's happening to me. All right, for sure. Now I'm going. Oh, you know what else I forgot to mention? Also, my birthday's coming up on the 19th. I'll be 44, and I'm not doing anything. My son goes to old movies with me, and he loves Hitchcock films, and they're showing Psycho. So I told my husband that for my birthday, all I want is for him to join us. So that's what I'm getting for my birthday. I'm gonna go watch Psycho a couple days after my birthday. So yeah, excited about that too. Okay, now I'm really gonna go. Midwest Sarah saying goodbye. Bye.